2026 Critics' Choice nomination predictions. Critics' Choice nominations are tomorrow. Oh, and if you notice that certain things are missing from my below the line categories on my predictions, do yourself a favor. Go check out the Critics' Choice shortlists that they release before you go into the comments of being like, "Oh, you're not predicting this for this tech category or this for this tech category." Like, go search the shortlist for the tech categories because they release that. Okay, you need to be. For those of you who don't know what that is, get yourself informed. Get yourself informed, and then you'll be able to make sense of my tech nomination predictions. All right, without further ado, let's get started. Best Picture: Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, No Other Choice, Sinners, Sentimental Value, It Was Just an Accident, Wicked for Good, Frankenstein, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Then we have Begonia, Train Dreams, The Secret Agent, Jay Kelly, Surat, Wake Up Dead Man and Eyes Up Mystery, Rental Family, F1, Sorry Baby, and Is This Thing On? Okay, admittedly, No Other Choice being this high is because of the Critics' Choice shortlist and because of how well it did at Astras, which are a little bit of a precursor to Critics' Choice. But I have to be honest with you. If Critics' Choice voters see how many categories they can vote for No Other Choice, why wouldn't they go for it if they love Park Chan-wook so much? And therefore, why wouldn't they go for No Other Choice in screenplay? Why wouldn't they go for No Other Choice in director? Like, it just makes sense to me. And so I put it very high up there. And I know some people might think It Was Just an Accident will be left out of Best Picture, but I gotta say, unlike Anatomy of a Fall, It Was Just an Accident was, I think, more in the awards conscious than Anatomy of a Fall in terms of which movies could get nominated for Best Picture. And so I don't think they'll pass up on that. They're definitely not going to pass up on Sentimental Value, that's for sure. But I don't think they'll pass up on an opportunity to nominate It Was Just an Accident for picture and director if they very much know about it already. And I feel good about Wicked and Avatar getting in there. I feel good about Frankenstein getting in there. This is the 10 I'm predicting for the Oscars, mind you. And so I think Critics' Choice might go 10 for 10. I mean, it's possible that they could put J. Kelly or Begonia or even Train Dreams in there. But I feel like those movies, when they started to garner hype, I know Jay Kelly struggled at Venice, but when the reviews started to get better there, when Train Dreams started to rise, when Begonia started to rise, I feel like it might have been a little bit late. Although I could be wrong about that, but maybe it might have been a little bit late for those films. And I just feel like if there's more passion for No Other Choice, No, It's Just an Accident, just overall, and just the perception as them being more Best Picture-y than the likes of Train Dreams, than the likes of J. Kelly, than the likes of Begonia, I think it would make sense for Critics' Choice to idiosyncratically try to put It Was Just an Accident and No Other Choice. Well, No Other Choice has a passion pick, but It Was Just an Accident as a way of saying we think this is getting a Best Picture nomination and we're aware that this film exists. So I'm predicting a pleasant surprise so that you guys know where I'm coming at with these predictions. Best Director: Paul Thomas Anderson, Chloe Zhao, Ryan Coogler, Park Chan-wook, Joachim Trier, Jafar Panahi, Josh Safdie, John M. Chu, Guillermo del Toro, and Yorgos Lanthimos. Okay, now I know what you might be thinking. Why isn't Josh Safdie in my six? It would make much more sense if they're only doing six for Josh Safdie to be in there. Listen, I genuinely believe from the bottom of my heart that they're not doing six. They're doing way more than six. They're gonna do 10. Okay, there is no way you have this many best director hopefuls and it's just six. There's just no way. Okay, I think they're gonna do Park Chan Wook. I think they're gonna do Panahi. I think they're gonna do Del Toro and Chu. If they do nine, maybe they could snub either Lanthimos or Chu. But I feel like they're gonna do. I feel like they're gonna do 9 or 10. Okay, so because I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that they're gonna do that, I really don't care how I arrange the order in which I arrange these, okay? If I truly believe that that's exactly what they're going to do. And so, from that perspective, understand that that's why the placement of my director lineup is the way it is. Best Actress: Jessie Buckley, Hamnet; Cynthia Erivo, Wicked for Good; Renate Rice for Sentimental Value; Emma Stone, Begonia; Chase Infinity, One Battle After Another; and Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You. That is a tight, easy top six. Honestly, I would be shocked to see any of these miss, including Erivo. I know a lot of people might think that, oh, she's on the chopping block now. I don't think so, but it would be truly shocking to see any one of them miss. Laura Dern, Is This Thing On? Amanda Seyfried, The Testament of Anne Lee. Some people think she'll make it. I don't think Anne Lee's going to do well here. I think she's out at Critics' Choice. Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue; and Eva Victor, Sorry Baby. That could be a pleasant surprise, Eva Victor. But she's going to have to take somebody out for that to happen. Best Actor: Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura. I feel confident about the top four, although Ethan Hawke did miss Astra, which was a little weird. Wagner Moura could just make it here just off of the strength of being a contender. I feel like he would miss SAG, and but as far as like Golden Globes is concerned, I think he's winning that. He can make it here. We don't have BAFTA nominations until after the Oscar nominations, but I could see him easily making it to the BAFTA long list. And even if he doesn't, I'm still predicting him to get nominated for the Oscar. Yeah, yeah. It's sort of like an Antonio Banderas and Pain and Glory type of thing. Joel Edgerton, Train Dreams. I don't know why a lot of people are doubting him. He is such a Nicolas Cage and Pig. Who else? Ethan Hawke, First Reform. Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems. Like those types of critics picks that just get in the Critics' Choice for Best Actor. Yeah, that's him. Will Arnett, Is This Thing On? George Clooney, Jay Kelly. Hugh Jackman, Song Sung Blue. Jesse Plemons, Begonia. I do think Jesse Plemons is weak. He could replace Wagner Moura or something like that, but I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. Best Supporting Actress: Ariana Grande, Elle Fanning, Inga Elias, Tiana Taylor, Gwyneth Paltrow, Regina Hall, Odessa Zion, Emily Watson, Felicity Jones, Carrie Condon. If they decide to reward Marty Supreme or Train Dreams with multiple acting nominations in Supporting Actress. Yeah. Best Supporting Actor: Paul Mescal, Stellan Skarsgård, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Jacob Elordi, Adam Sandler, Miles Caton, Dara Lindo, Bradley Cooper, Billy Crudup. I think everybody's predicting the 6. I'm not going to go against it. Yeah. Best Young Actor / Actress: Miles Caton, Jacoby Jupe, Aidan Delbus, Mason Thames, Benjamin Pajak, Maya Kealoha. I think she'll make it. Shannon Mahina Gorman, Nina Ye, Nico Parker, and Christian Convery. Best Casting / Ensemble: One Battle After Another, Sinners, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, Wicked for Good, Jay Kelly, Rental Family, No Other Choice, The Secret Agent, and The Long Walk. The Critics' Choice shortlist didn't do Sentimental Value, they didn't do Wake Up Dead Man. Pretty surprising. Best Original Screenplay: Sinners, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Rental Family, Jay Kelly, The Secret Agent, Surat, Sorry Baby, and Is This Thing On? Sinners could win. It's also possible that It Was Just an Accident could win here, because I think that's going to rack up a lot of screenplay critics prizes. Best Adapted Screenplay: Hamnet, No Other Choice, One Battle After Another, Begonia, Train Dreams, Wake Up Dead Man, and Knives Out Mystery, Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Song Sung Blue, The Wizard of the Kremlin. Animated feature film. K-pop Demon Hunters. Zootopia 2. K-pop is easily winning this, although if it ties with Zootopia 2, I might switch my Oscar prediction for this category to Zootopia 2. Arco, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain. Elio, In Your Dreams. Scarlet, Lost in Starlight. Boys Go to Jupiter. And the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants. Best comedy. One Battle After Another. Begonia, Wake Up Dead Man, and Knives Out Mystery. Splitsville, Sorry Baby, Roof Man, Rental Family, The Naked Gun, No Other Choice, Jay Kelly. Could be any combination of these 10. Well, these 9 with One Battle After Another winning. Maybe winning. Best foreign language film. No Other Choice, Sentimental Value, It Was Just an Accident, The Secret Agent, Surat, Sound of Falling, The President's Cake, All That's Left of You, Late Shift, 2,000 Meters to Andrivka. If there's 6, I think Sound of Falling gets in. If there's 5, I think Surat gets in. Yeah. If there's 6, I don't see any point of bidding against the top 6. Best film editing. One Battle After Another, No Other Choice, Marty Supreme, Sinners, Hamnet, F1, Frankenstein, Avatar, Fire and Ash, It Was Just an Accident, Wake Up Dead Man, and Knives Out Mystery. I believe Sentimental Value missed film editing at the Critics' Choice shortlist, which was weird. Best sound. One Battle After Another, Sinners, Avatar, Fire and Ash, Wicked for Good, F1, Warfare, Frankenstein, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, Surat, Hamnet. Maybe I should put Mission Impossible somewhere. Maybe over Warfare. I might. That it's possible I might end up doing that, but this is my top 6 for now. Best visual effects. Avatar, Fire and Ash, Wicked for Good, Superman, The Fantastic Four: First Steps, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, F1, Sinners, Tron: Ares, Frankenstein, How to Train Your Dragon. Avatar is winning. Congratulations. Cinematography. One Battle After Another, Sinners, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Train Dreams, Avatar, Fire and Ash, Jay Kelly, Nouvelle Vague, and F1. Nouvelle Vague could be a sneak attack at the Oscars. An international film in black and white, yeah. If that gets ASC in the main category, I'm predicting that for the Oscars. You can't just get ASC in the spotlight section unless it gets BAFTA alongside of that. But again, BAFTA, we only have BAFTA long list, not the actual nominations. Best stunt design, one of the new categories. Mission Impossible, F1, Wicked for Good, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Superman, Avatar, Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, The Smashing Machine, and Warfare. The Smashing Machine seems like an inspired choice for stunts. Best production design. Wicked for Good, Frankenstein, Sinners, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, Avatar, Fire and Ash, The Fantastic Four: First Steps, Hedda, F1. Costume design. Wicked for Good, Frankenstein, Sinners, The Testament of Anne Lee, Hedda, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Song Sung Blue, The Fantastic Four: First Steps. I'm hoping Fantastic Four makes it in over either Hedda or Testament of Anne Lee or something like that, so that way it can motivate Oscar voters to potentially vote for this in costumes as well, because the costumes are really good in Fantastic Four. Really hoping that makes the Oscars. Best hair and makeup. Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Sinners, 28 Years Later, The Smashing Machine, I almost said The Franking Machine, Begonia, Hedda, Kokuho, Japanese movie, The Ugly Stepsister, and Superman. I think I almost said The Frankenstein Machine. Best score. One Battle After Another, Sinners, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, Frankenstein, Begonia, F1, Hedda, Tron, Ares, and Surat. Hedda, scored by Hildur Gunnardóttir, She has won twice now, one for Joker and one for Tar instead of Women Talking. If they weren't going to go with Babylon or the Batman, um, yeah, that Tar win was crazy. Okay, let me not talk about that further. Best song: Golden, K-pop Demon Hunters. Sweep, done. I Lied to You, Sinners. The Girl in the Bubble, Wicked for Good. Dream as One, Avatar, Fire and Ash. Dear Me, Diane Warren, Relentless. No Place Like Home, Wicked for Good. Train Dreams, Train Dreams. Clothed by the Sun, Testament of Ann Lee. Last Time I Seen the Sun, Sinners, and Drive from F1. Now, as far as Avatar showing up at those, not showing up at those Critics' Choice shortlists, it's because it hasn't screened in time before that shortlist came out, and so there are write-in votes. There could be write-in votes for Avatar in several categories. I'm predicting song to be one of those write-in votes. Visual effects is absolutely going to be one of those write-in votes because it's going to win. And yeah. So, like, if you see the Critics' Choice shortlist and you're like, "Oh, Avatar's not there," well, that's why. It's because it didn't screen on time. But it'll get write-in votes in picture and other categories. All right, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, feel free to like, and if you do so, that'll be greatly appreciated. Stay tuned for my Critics' Choice nomination reactions and other reactions and other content. And until next time, shalom.